Books too boring for you? Tired of smoking weed and drinking to feel anything at all? Still browsing Asian figure skating forums at 3:41 AM? Try this on for size. Harassment Architecture. After the slow decline of the West, young buck Mike Ma, known for his political shitposting, wrote a book in 2019 that encapsulates the horrors of modern life through the lens of your typical turbo artist with schizoid tendencies. Pumping, reading and screaming as the craving for classical aesthetics are drowned out by skyscrapers and Antifa marches. This is what the protagonist of the book portrays with the first-person narration of a supposedly fictional character who resembles a Jack Raskolnikov corrupted by current year.
Don't hit me hard right now.
After browsing Lit late one night, I saw a link to a PDF of the book and downloaded it, intending to read a page or two just to get a feel for it. 5 AM passes me by as I finish all 146 pages, and I commence the process of rereading the entire thing again until almost 9 AM that very same morning. Months later, my physical copy arrives in the mail, and I am put on yet another FBI watch list. I pick it up from time to time to read some of my favourite paragraphs, and reread either snuggled up in bed, or after doing a set of reps whilst drinking yet another litre of whole milk. The book itself is engaging to read, even for those of you not used to reading, as every page contains something that'll make you either audibly laugh out loud, or consider buying an AR-15 from the back of a Burger King parking lot. This is filled to the brim with paranoid ramblings, the musings of a roided out gym bro, and the occasional glimpse into cohesive beauty, creating this weird literary mixture of Diogenes, Ted Kaczynski, and Sam Hyde. Chaotic as it seems, this Monster Energy Zero Ultra fueled fugue state of a book circumcises modern life with the accuracy of a drunk driver. Swerving into chapter titles like South Asian war pornography to bad attitude at gym, want to say the N-word out loud, defines the emanating aura the book radiates into the abyss of our lives. As hilarious as it is painful, Harassment Architecture continues where others have started, and argues for the acceleration of the modern world's death to form a new and beautiful society built on the foundations of old. Where the Greeks and Romans enforced aesthetic beauty and the new enforces Joe Biden body pillows. Some will call this naive, racist or try-hard, but if you don't align with some of the ideas the book puts forward, I feel as though you can still get a good amount of enjoyment out of it. What the book does for me is that it gives me the blind rage to death grip the steering wheel and push 3 feet on the gas pedal and accelerate into the nearest cell phone tower. That pure feeling of waking up and immediately doing 40 push-ups only to drink 3 cans of Monster mixed with Jameson and crying in a park bench over the death of Nero. The true encapsulation of youth. A rage and love that doesn't really exist too much these days, in this world built for stability. It's extreme to no end, activating something primal within us. If you are feeling tired of calling women fat on the internet, get the book and read about someone else calling women fat on the internet. Laugh at how funny and wacky it is, but then reflect on it and think if you are better than the man in the book. Escaping the borderline terrorist vibrations emanating from the pages, there's a touching section in the book where Mike Ma sort of goes on about the feelings of innocence in love, and it's so jarring in comparison to everything else. I find it beautiful. Mike says in the footnotes that the book is an exaggerated version of himself, and that he's making fun of how he used to be and feel. Some sections of the book are to be taken seriously while others are just joshing around. After reading it several times, the lines sort of become blurred as to which sections are supposed to be parody and which aren't. If you're considering reading the book after this, I would recommend you do so soon before they discover that the next big shooter had a copy in his room and banned the book from being available on Amazon. Next time you're feeling a little too angry, maybe that lucky lady in your life pissed you off or a new shopping mall opens up nearby, consider cooling off by reading a few pages of the book. It's something I value a lot, and I wish more people read it in some capacity. It's not the greatest piece of fiction ever written, but it doesn't have to be. It puts across a feeling, a message, and asks the viewer if they feel the same. And I think I do. Let me read a section from my favourite chapter. We could rebuild old Greece, knock down the skyscrapers, burn modern art, white blank the entirety of digitalization. We can level housing developments and turn shopping centres back into forests. We could leave behind a world of impurity and pain, arguments settled in sword fights, television replaced by live theatre. Everything is marble and nothing hurt.